This morning, fortunately enough, I moved my stop loss there and kept it constant because I was looking at this high. Okay, it said if this thing attempts to close the gap sharp, I will get stopped out there. Unfortunately, or rather fortunately, price kept on coming down. Remember what I said? I said stay away from this thing. Reason being, there are people who thought let's just buy the gap it's gonna close, which is one of the most dangerous things, because you don't know what actually created that gap to the downside. It could potentially be the coronavirus. Okay, and that's the first thing that I'm suspecting, that the coronavirus is actually doing this to Nasdaq. Okay, so I said, however, the H4 buyers are doing push-ups. That's one line that I said. But what you have to do is to actually identify where these buyers are probably sitting at, and one of the structures or one of the regions where H4 buyers are actually sitting at, it's actually here, down here on this structure. Okay, so what are some of the things that we might see? Look at the nature of this thing. Okay, this is more or less congested. So what can we look for? Yes, you've guessed it right. We're looking for some sort of a harmonic pattern. In this case, I would like to see a sharp pattern. In other words, I would like to see this and that high being cleared. However, opportunities to buy there to the upside. Alternatively, track that trend that is going down. Here's the trend. It's not a cool one, super hard to draw. Actually, this is one of the best trades for this week. Actually made more than what it was supposed to, because of the gap. It gapped nicely. Okay, so this is what you can actually track on 15 minutes. This gap is still pretty much there, and believe it or not, there are people who bought here, because I know your mentors and gaps. Stay away from gaps if you don't know how to trade gaps. Those who have been with me, I've shared how to trade gaps before, and you know the rules for trading gaps. But there are those people who always tell you, buy the gap, and believe it or not, you guys have seen flips. If you bought this gap, and people have this tendency of placing buys, 10 buys, buy. That doesn't make you a lot of money. If you are doing that, it's not different from just opening with 0.25 instead of clicking buy 25 times. Just take one trade with a decent lot size, because if you have everything 25 trades and it's buy, when you are in a loss, that plays a huge negative psychological effect in your trading. That's when you start to panic, because everything's just gonna be red. When you scroll down your terminal, everything is so negative. Just take one trade with a decent lot size. Okay, so the gaps very dangerous. But I have taught some of you guys, if you've been with me for some time, I've taught you how to look at gap. So you should know that this is not a good candidate. Okay, however, from here, we're looking for corrections, we're looking for opportunities to buy and all that. This could be a cipher pattern, possibly. Okay, this could be a cipher pattern. Should it fail to take out those guys that I highlighted there? I'm not sure if I said that, but should it move down to remove these lows, we have a potential of seeing a sharp pattern. Okay, we have a potential of seeing something like that in a correction. But the whole thing is to buy. And guys, do not ignore the fact that this is not the only structure that is holding buyers. This is the recent structure, but there is another structure, which is this. Okay, so if you were to mark that region, so just between that and that, this is where buyers are gonna start accumulating their holdings. Okay, so somewhere around it. So if you are a buyer, just like Maleven said,
looking for buyer now.
You're waiting for a buyer.
Maybe.
Okay, yes. So you're waiting for something like that. waiting for a buyer. There we go. This is what you should look for, because H4 buyers are pretty much sitting there. So this is exactly what I was trying to explain to you guys. So this is a trade. I'm glad I moved my stop loss a little bit back so that I can allow it and deactivate it trailing. So this I think I'm done for this week. I'm done for this week. I mean, this pretty much paid nicely. Yeah. And the nice thing about this is that immediately when I saw a gap, I closed partial. I decreased my lot size. I decreased it from what it was to this, of course. And so this is pretty much cool. So what can I say? Yeah, this is pretty much what you have to do. Wait for price to get to this support region. See if you can look for opportunities to actually buy these shandies. Okay, awesome. H4 buyers, they are ready to take over. Of course, guys, I always say opportunities because I know a lot of you have some weird strategies out there for entries and all that. Those are the things that you should use in order for you to enter. The fact that I'm saying buy here, I'm not saying just randomly buy because I'm saying buy. When it gets here, consult your strategy. If you don't have one, of course, keep on watching these videos. You'll end up seeing some of the things that I do. All right. So yeah, somewhere there, look for opportunities to buy, because chances are during the Nasdaq stock exchange open, prices potentially going, there's a huge potential of it reacting from this particular support here. So but wait for it to get there. And then H4 daily and weekly, they're still pretty much bullish. As I've said before, watch the previous video. There's a link there, there's a link there, that thing, that's a link. Okay. Perfect. Should you have any questions, please feel free to send me a Telegram message. Give this video a like or a dislike, and then don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise,